Explosions and fires reached in Kyiv region in the evening and overnight. An oil depot in the village of Kalinivka Fastivsky district was under fire. As a result, there was smoke in Svetoshinsky and Holosivsky districts of the Ukrainian capital. The authorities of Kyiv urge residents to keep windows closed and, if possible, not to go outdoors, as well as to turn on the air conditioner or air purification system.
Mom, come and see.
The Ukrainian military continues to mop up Irpin, Bucha and Hostomel from the occupiers. Irpin is still under the fire of mortars and Grad rockets, but almost 80% of the city's territory is already controlled by the armed forces of Ukraine and the territorial defense forces. The defenders have liberated the village of Luhansk Barashevsky district to the east of Kyiv. They have eliminated about 40 occupants, 9 AFVs and 3 tanks.
According to the data provided by the captive, there were about 200 Russians. Some of them have remained lying in the soil here, and some of them fled.
Heavy shelling continued in Kharkiv overnight. Artillery, mortar, tank and rocket attacks. There were more than 50 attacks in total. The airport terminal was damaged. A large fire broke out in one of the residential areas. The city was covered with smoke by morning. Today the occupiers shelled one of the supermarkets. Rescuers are eliminating the damage to residential areas. The attack on Izum also continues. The city center and 2 automobile bridges over the Suez-Donetsk River are partially destroyed. Sectors of the city on the north bank have been seized by Russian troops, while sections on the south bank are under Ukrainian control. To bypass the blown-up bridges, the occupiers built 2 pontoon crossings. Yesterday they also destroyed the TV tower. Fires broke out in Chernikev overnight after the shelling. A pedestrian bridge was damaged.
Unfortunately, the pedestrian bridge, which is being fired on with artillery of the enemy, is currently in danger and traffic is closed, both pedestrian and automobile. We are gaining courage. We are doing everything we can to make sure that we will win as quickly as possible.
The attacks in Rubizhne, Luhansk region lasted through the night. Rescuers were unable to extinguish the fires due to the shelling. Houses were damaged and, according to preliminary information, there were 2 victims. The occupiers launched 2 missile attacks on a military unit on the outskirts of Dnipro yesterday evening. The buildings were significantly damaged and fire broke out. Rescuers are removing the debris and searching for people. Explosions were also heard in one of the districts of Mykolaiv last evening. The Ukrainian military shot down an occupier's cruise missile.
It is becoming something of a tradition in the region to shoot down 1 missile each night. It was not allowed to fall down, not allowed to reach. Just somewhere over the river. This is what crashed. Just the air defense system was working.
The night before, the Ukrainian military struck for the 10th time at the Chornobayivka airfield, temporarily occupied by the Russian military in the Kherson region, which the enemy uses as a command post and a hub for aircraft and helicopters. The invaders started to leave in droves.